You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Yvette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These jet-setting divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying loads of fun.
Hey, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Yvette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas. Hey, ladies, what's going on in the world of travel?
A lot of stuff is going on. Let's tell them about it.
Yeah, I tell you, we're gonna talk about these new airport. I'm calling them hustle moves, or all of the things that they're doing to avoid paying their passengers for changed flights that they're doing, as well as just some of these quirky things that we're seeing when you go to the airport, because
inconveniencing people. Actually.
Yes, yeah,
inconveniencing.
Yeah, because when I buy a plane ticket, we're going to a specific place at a specific time because I want to be there. Airports can't just randomly just say we're going to change your flight, or we're going to do all these delays. This is becoming like a habit. Did the new rule that was put in place that said airlines can't just be canceling flights or changing flight? Is something changed?
I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on, but you might have to be on time for a wedding, a funeral, a cruise. Exactly. There's certain things that you need to get to, and it's almost like you gotta book a day ahead. Like you can't book, last minute trying to get somewhere, because you don't know if you're gonna get there on time or not.
Exactly.
I don't think you all realize we're under a new administration. For the last 2 years, we've been under a new administration. And since we've been under this new administration, things have changed. We're not going to get paid for anything. They will change anything. And at any time, it's all about the money grab.
Yes,
it's about the money grab. And they'll change the times.
Yes.
They will do anything.
They don't pay for hotels. They don't, remember there was a time when if they had to make a change, especially at night, late at night, they would give you a hotel voucher, or they would give you some type of accommodation for you to sleep until the flight in the next morning. Now everything is out of pocket. You don't even get those perks anymore. They don't even give food vouchers. I think the last person said they gave a $10 food voucher. When have you ever found anything in the airport that you can eat for $10? M&Ms?
No. And that's why you see so many people sleeping in the airport.
Yes.
Sleeping on the chairs, sleeping on the ground, sleeping on the floor, sleeping. Because, I mean, if you're trying to get somewhere, a lot of people, all they have is their airfare.
They only do
have the money to go and get a hotel.
Yeah.
If they cancel their flight, it's horrible that you can't even go somewhere. And you got to be mindful of that. Like, do not book the last flight of the night.
Do not
book.
I'm telling you,
if they cancel or it's late or whatever, if they cancel it, you don't have anywhere to go. Make sure you have somewhere to go.
A friend of mine, she was recently in Peru. She's flying on her cousin's buddy pass. She just told me this week that she couldn't get on the last flight on the companion, not on the buddy. She's on the companion pass with Delta. She couldn't get on that last flight, and she said that she had to sleep at the airport all night long. That was one of her first times sleeping at the airport, because she said if she had taken the ride back to the hotel and taken the hotel, got in a room, slept for a few hours, and then went back to the airport, it wouldn't have even made sense. So she just
I
slept at the
in the airport many nights as a flight attendant. But
yeah, I mean, is it convenience or cost? Is it what are some of the reasons why people are sleeping at airport? Is it like, it ain't even convenient? If you have to go get a hotel room, get an Uber, get a shuttle, come back, and you only go in there for what, 4 hours, is it even worth it?
It didn't even. It wasn't even 4 hours for her. It might have been an hour or two. So it did. If she could have, if it gotten 4 hours, she would have done it. It wasn't even that long.
Yeah.
Again, it's on a companion pass, and I know I flew on with Delta on a buddy pass, and I just got on the last flight. So I sat at the airport all day long on the last flight. She sat on there all day long on a companion pass, and she couldn't even get on the last flight.
Yeah. And I tell you, it's a lot of times, that's one thing. But what I've also seen is people who have confirmed tickets, they are going to the airport. The airline is saying their flight is delayed. They are saying, oh, it's like 2 hours delayed. They are going, remember how we did go sit at a restaurant, eat, have a couple of drinks. But the airline, instead of updating their system to say, oh, we're ready to go now, or we're boarding in 5 minutes, they don't say anything. They just
and they leave people.
And they are leaving.
I went to the airport a few weeks ago to buy our airfare. We were going somewhere.
Minnesota.
We were going somewhere, and I went to the airport, and it was so many people that they had left.
They leaving.
They were trying to rebook. I was like, this don't make any sense. And everybody was like, we were there. We was there on time. And then they delayed it or whatever, and then they came back to get on a plane, and the plane was gone.
But what in the world? But
they won't announce it.
I have a friend who was sitting at the gate. They delayed the flight. They said the flight was not just starting for another hour and a half. They just started boarding. So I think it's some kind of ploy to say, hey, we're overbooked. We don't really want all these people on our plane anyway. So let's go ahead and start boarding. And once we get fully boarded, we're leaving. And all the people who have confirmed seats, they come to the gate and plane gone.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I was so surprised. I was like, what? I said, so the plane just left you all? I'm like, what in the world? So they didn't send you a notification?
Nothing.
But you have to, some people, you have to make sure you have the apps on your phone.
Your phones. And refresh often.
People don't pay attention either. So it's kind of like, was it the airline, or is it like you just not paying attention to your email?
But the airline is going to say that the airline is going to say you're responsible for looking for the updates. So if they change the gate, and that's another part of their little shuffle, they'll change the gate. And then you run out to another gate, and then they change it back to another, and you're sitting at one gate. They didn't change it to some other gate, and then they are boarding and taking off, and they haven't updated their system. But what they're going to say is you should have checked the monitor, or you should have checked the app.
They do have some people, when they do that, when they change the gate, they be like, hey, everybody, they do. They like other passengers. Hey, we need to go to gate such and such now, or whatever. They kind of let people know, because some people just be sitting there and they don't pay attention.
Yep, because I have done that. I actually did that I was riding, on my companion pass, and it was a whole bunch of older people, and we were in Florida, and that they were just sitting there, and I said, the gate has changed. They said it did. So they had wheelchairs, so their wheelchair person had just dropped them off there. Yeah. So they don't have a wheelchair. I had to go and find a wheelchair for people. I had to actually, the one lady, she couldn't even get out of her seat. I had to go to the counter for her to request a wheelchair, to request whatever accommodation she needed. And the person, the gate agent was like, well, where's the person? Are you with them? I said, yes, there she is. She's over there. Well, she needs to come up here. Well, she can't, because there were no seats for her to sit like right in front of the desk. So she had to sit like 4 or 5 rows back. I'm trying to help her. And like all of a sudden, this lady, I'm her travel companion. So it's kind of like, it's all of these little, airport shuffle and changes that they're doing to inconvenience us. And we've already paid the money.
Right.
There's just no customer service anymore. When I was flying on the Buddy Pass with Delta, they opened, there was an original flight. There were mechanical issues, and really the mechanical issues were really nothing more than they were having issues with the air conditioning system. So they didn't let us fly out of Dallas. They worked on the air conditioning system all day long here in Dallas. Finally, that evening, they decided they had gotten the air conditioning system to the point where they were going to let us fly out. They opened up that flight, didn't tell anybody, only the people who found out what magically
that was sitting
went
there
to that gate and found out about it were able to get on that flight and was able to fly out. And the people who went to another gate weren't even able to find out about it.
Yes.
I mean, there's no, and you know what? A lot of these companies, we're paying more money for services now because of these tariffs, and the government is giving these companies more money back because they're paying more for tariffs. But are they passing the savings down to us? No. And they're not passing the savings down to us. They're keeping all the money for themselves. No, that's exactly what they're doing.
I know that. I'm like, so I guess I'm not understanding when you're saying, what does it have to do with the airline? Is this like tariff? Are you just talking about regular?
No, the airlines are keeping a piece of, the airlines are raising the prices on us, but they're getting the money back from the government, and they're keeping that money for themselves when they should be passing those savings down to us.
But I mean, it's a money-making business. They found a way. So if they pass it off, we're going to pay more for tickets. But I could see if it was just I would call the mediocre airlines. It is the big airlines, the Delta, the American, the Uniteds. I'm like, what is going on?
They get extra money for leaving on time.
Yes.
They get, if they delayed and they say we leaving at 7 p.m. or whatever, if they leave at that time, they gone. They get extra money, for that. But if they like do something wrong,
like delay, they have no impact.
No impact. And they did have an impact 2 years ago. And you all should see what has changed in 2 years. They don't have an impact anymore. They were having to pay us. Yeah, so you all need to get out in November, because things have changed. This government has changed. And I don't want to be political, but this government has changed. Yeah. And the reason why they don't have to pay us anymore and the prices are up is because this government has changed.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, it is something where the airlines are incentivized. They don't, if you notice, they don't cancel flights. They'll delay, and all the way until late in the evening time, and then they'll say, oh, the flight, they'll say something, either weather, mechanical, or the plane, the incoming plane didn't come, but they will not say the word cancel. So I think they're deemed for a canceled flight if they try to cancel a flight more than, I don't know what the period of time is, but it is something. But they are not accommodating the passengers. I had somewhere to be. Put me on another airline. Put me in a hotel. Do something. They are doing absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Oh, it's canceled.
It's canceled. Good luck. You're in a foreign, like your friend is in a foreign country.
I would suggest when you're booking your airfare, go ahead and just accept the insurance.
Get the insurance.
Go ahead and just put it on there. It may be another $30. It's not that much. But just put it on there. Just in case something happens.
Yeah. And that's for people who have a confirmed ticket. A lot of us, we have buddy passes, we have companion passes. You're kind of like, you already should be traveling at your own risk. You're traveling at your own time period, because you don't know when you're going to get on a flight. But if you've purchased a ticket with your credit card, then you need to have insurance, because there is no assurance that you will even get on that flight.
Right.
And honestly, I've decided now, and I've talked to friends about it. If you're traveling on buddy passes or companion passes, sometimes now you're almost going to say, "I'll just stay at home."
Yeah, exactly.
Especially with certain airlines that aren't really reliable with those buddy or companion passes. You say, "Okay, no, I'll just stay at home."
If you're going to a big event, a festival, a conference, and you know that thousands of people are going, do not use a buddy pass or a companion pass. Or if you do, you fly 2 days earlier and
Right.
you plan to stay 2 days later, because on and around those days, think about how many employees work for Delta and Continental, and United. They're going. You got to think of the American people, everyone who works for an airline. They got so many. They have over 60% of the people who use benefits, buddy passes, they are retired, or they have already worked for the airline. So they're just flying around doing whatever they want to do. The people that are current employees only make up about 35 or 36% of the people that are actually using the passes. So what's the point? If all these retirees are using do not use your buddy pass to go to anything major that you have paid for. I'll say.
Yep.
That's my 2 cents about it. But I'm just saying, this whole airport, where you're gonna be, what time you need to leave. You know what? Check your flights, because I have gone on flights where I'm driving to the gate and they said the gate changed. And that happened to me on my last flight when I went out to Louisiana. I flew in. They said I was going to be flying into gate E. I parked in gate E. And when I got there, they changed it to C. And then on my way back, they said I'd be in C. Then they changed it to E. It was just crazy. So you know what? You're constantly looking.
Did that on us? Didn't we? We had to do that on our last flight.
You got to get on that Skylink.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the DFW, you got to get on the Skylink and go to your new gate.
Yeah. And then don't be in Minnesota in the morning, because they only have a train, and that train may or may not be running.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I do call it the airport shuffle. We moving over here, moving over there, moving to the front, moving to the back. Hey.
It's like a dance.
It's a dance. It is a true dance. But ladies, hey, you know what? But we love to travel.
Well, I'm Jeanette.
And I'm Yvette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the Jet Setting Divas.
Please like and share Jet Setting Divas.
Tune in next Thursday when the Jet Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
Welcome to Old National Bank.
I understand you're all about protection.
Well, we protect you in all kinds of ways, with advanced fraud monitoring and secure digital banking to protect you today, and with dedicated personal bankers to protect your tomorrow.
I'm impressed. Protection for today and tomorrow.
Could I just...
Oh, go for it. Old National Bank. Just another reason to get old.
Where'd you get this?
It came with my couch.
We talk a lot about meeting people where they're at. And that's always had meaning to me. But earlier this year, that really took a new shape. I really value the fact that we have a space where people can come in and to receive these services, but not all people feel safe anymore. Coming out, going places, and just re-looking at what does it truly mean to meet people where they're at, and how do we effectively do that, has been a really big part of what this year has looked like for us.
Sometimes we believe those lies, that we are no good, that maybe, this is all there is. And when I got sober, I realized, no, there's something more fighting for. And I'm out here every day fighting for it, for myself, for the women in my community, whom I love. But this Waymakers is a big part of that. So I'm just grateful. I'm so grateful. And I couldn't have done it without being sober, of course, and, having the good support, because nobody can do it alone.
Well, here's the menu for Minnesota voters, no matter what election it is. 3 ways to physically vote.
Okay.
One is the traditional one, in person, on election day, right there on game day. Everyone knows about that concept.
Yeah.
Second is to vote in person early. You don't have to wait to go in person on election day. You can do it now. We're in that period now where you can do that. And then the third option is to vote from home, by mail, vote from your kitchen table, vote from your couch. Those are the big 3, and you can do all of those right now as we speak.
Once upon a time, there was a business with dragons to slay, trash that kept piling up, and waste at every turn.
I can help with that. Reducing waste is easy, you see. And the best part is that it's totally free.
If only it were that easy.
It's not magic. A real expert from Biz Recycling can help you find ways to reduce waste and save money at your business. Schedule a free site visit and get started today.